Hey guys, my name's Nick and welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are doing something not Death Guard. We are unboxing the Vertus Praetor Legio or Adeptus Custodes box set. And these are the skimmers, the jet bikes of the Adeptus Custodes. Hard hitting, there's lots of lists floating around with these hard hitting bikes in them at the moment. And yeah, I got a set because I've really loved the background to the Custodes for a long time. Many years ago I even converted up my own jet bikes for use way before even Forge World were doing Heresy Era gaming and so on. I converted them all out of the existing plastics with elder heads and orc top knots and bits of blood angels and all kinds of stuff to make them look cool. But now we have our own kits and we're going to take a look inside the box. So let's get straight into the video. So here we go then guys, this is the box, the Vertus Praetors, and within that you get 3 miniatures, 3 of which can be made up into the regular dudes. So 3 Vertus Praetors. Now you can take, it comes with a unit of 3, but you can include up to 7 additional guys for an extra 5 power level, or the points equivalent, which stock price is 90 points per model. So that's 80 for the actual guy, and then because you've got to pay for the weapons, it's 10 points for the Hurricane Bolter that comes on the jet bike. You can also make one of them into a Shield Captain. So the Shield Captain option is your HQ. These guys fulfill your fast attack role, so you can make Vanguard detachments out of these and have a Battleforged Legio Custodes list, or Adeptus Custodes. I keep calling them the Legio because that is their traditional name. Back from the Heresy era, now they're just Adeptus Custodes in the 41st millennium. And inside the box we get 3 sprues and 6 bases. So you've got a choice of either the 3 clear bases, which are these large disc-like ones here. So if you're not interested in doing basing materials, you can just do the 3 standard clear ones. Or we get the 3 oval disc jet bike ones. And for me, that's probably the choice if you want the basing to match the rest of your army. So those are the ones you can put all your scenic bases on, and the other ones if you're not interested in that. Now the sprues themselves do look almost identical. It does look like you get 3 identical sprues, but there are some very subtle differences across them, and that actually comes down to a couple of minor details. So the top knots are slightly different, and then some of the material leg skirting that goes on either side of the main legs as they sort of flow around and billow around the bike itself. They are all slightly different as well. But if you line the sprues up, which I'm about to do in a second, everything, it does almost look identical. And I'm going to hold up a couple of the sprues just to sort of compare as I look through all the different components here, and just to see whether they are exactly the same. Now if you line these 2 up, they do almost feel like they're the same. But there are just fractional differences. You can see the top knots there near my thumb, so it looks like they all line up and look like they're the same, but they are just minutely different. The jet bike pieces themselves are all the same, but it's just a slight variance on the riders themselves. But as we look through all the components and all the options, I do have some better pictures of the sprues coming up shortly. All the weapon options are included, so you basically got 2 options on the jet bike itself. So on the Dawn Eagle jet bikes, you can either have the Hurricane Bolters or a Salvo Launcher. The Hurricane Bolters are 10 points, the Salvo Launchers are 25, so it does make them a little bit more expensive. But both options are there. Now with regard to the melee or other options, they come with an Interceptor Lance, which is the large pike thing they all carry. And you can also give them a Misericordia, which is another close combat weapon, and that gives you an additional attack with that weapon unless the model is equipped with a Storm Shield. But the Storm, the Captain and these guys can't take Storm Shield, so that's not particularly relevant here. But yeah, so in effect you get these ornate daggers, which is the Misericordia, and then you get the Interceptor lances, and then you get the ranged weapons for the Dawn Eagle jet bikes themselves. So all the weapons are included, which is always good, but then there's very few options, so not a big deal. As usual, you do get a nice detailed instruction booklet. Now for 3 models, this is a lot of instruction for these, and also the current up-to-date rules for the Vertus Praetors is included at the back in its standard multiple languages. You also get this nice little piece of artwork on the back, which I thought was a bit cool as well. A little bit of a Brucey bonus to have some nice artwork. So let's have a closer look at the sprues themselves. We can see that each sprue contains one bike and one rider. And as I said, you know, there is a very, very minor variance, and it's almost impossible to spot unless you really look closely. But yeah, these are the sprues, and you can see this in a little bit high definition here as I've set the camera up to lots of megapixels so you can have a good look at the detail. Yeah, quite impressed so far. The detail does look very good. I'm very excited to get these together. Obviously get some paint on them. Lots of gold going to be going on. And looking forward to adding these models to the rest of the Adeptus Custodes that came in the Talons of the Emperor box set. So there we go, guys. That's the unboxing of the Vertus Praetors. Now, what do I think? Now, these are £35. That's £15 a model from Games Workshop. Expensive, yes. And if you're looking at the lists online at the moment, there are lists for 2,000 points of match play that are fielding 21 bikes. That's 20 Vertus guys and then one shield captain on his bike as well. And that comes in at 1,960 points. 90 points each for the normal guys and 160 points for the captain. Gives you 40 points to play with, which means you could upgrade one of them to a salvo launcher. They're 25 points each, or you could add 10 misericordias for the extra close combat options. Yeah, there's quite a few competitive looking lists that are fielding these, and apparently they are smushing all over the tabletop near you. But to field 21 of these, you obviously need 7 sets at 35 quid. Probably not the most expensive army, really. It's quite an elite army, and I think it's quite thematic, regardless of whether people are considering it overpowered or not. 21 of these, I think, would look fantastic, sweeping over the battlefield and then splitting up, destroying the enemies of mankind wherever they may be. 35 may be a little bit expensive, but they are quite big models, really. They are much bigger than the average biker. They are packed full of detail, and as normal with Games Workshop, when you go to elite armies, the price does tend to go up a little bit. Whether that's just down to not going to be selling as many because they are very points heavy and they want to make sure that the cost versus purchase kind of balance for an army is there or thereabouts. I'm not a marketing expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I normally find small elite armies can cost as much as a horde type army, just in the way that the pricing balance works. Looking forward to putting these together though. Let me know what you think of the kits. Always excited to know what you guys think out there in the big wide world. Are you seeing these lists crop up in your tabletop games yet? Interesting to know whether the 21 bike meta is available near you, and are they doing well, or are you working your way around smashing them back because there's such few numbers to try and win a game? Always interested to know, but if you enjoyed the video and you learned something new, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe as always. But until then, I shall catch you guys on the next video.